Hello, yeah, I can hear you.
Nice,
Can you
man.
hear me?
Yeah. So I'm just trying to it's you. Uh yo, man. What's up? How's it going?
I'm I'm good. Yeah, I'm good. I'm a bit like I've been sat at this computer all day just like editing stuff, so like it's I don't know, I'm tired, but at the same time like I haven't left my room. So like
Bro,
it's a weird feeling, isn't it?
mate, I know how it feels, man. I know how it feels. I just want to say before we start, guys, we got a special guy on the podcast today, Ride Music. I found this channel literally a couple of days ago, but I had a look on the videos. This is a quality channel here. You have YouTubers who do it for fun, and you have someone who you can tell just by the channel, just by the layout, they're serious about it. So tell us a bit about your channel, man, because I could big up your channel, but you're the creator, you're the main man. So tell us a bit about your channel and what you do in there.
No, thank you. I really appreciate that, man.
Um,
Basically, Ride started as just like an online music platform, and I started writing about artists in the Northeast. So I'm based in Newcastle, in
mm,
England, and there's like a small hip hop and rap scene. So
mm,
I started writing about it, and then it evolved over the years. And to be fair, only like in the last year have I started to like really do video content.
really?
Yeah, like
Wow.
real video
So
content.
was
Like
it
I've
all blogs? Were
uploaded
you like doing
stuff.
blogs and stuff?
Yeah. So I wrote stuff, dude.
Oh,
Yeah.
so edited.
I wrote stuff like reviews, interviews. So I just try to get to as many gigs as possible. So I had a thing with the O2 Academy, where basically like they would let me come and review any sort of hip hop or rap related show.
Yeah.
So last year I got to see like D Block Europe
Hmm.
gigs,
Hmm.
and a few others. Go review that, interview some people. So I got to interview the support a lot of the time as well.
Yeah.
So that was pretty cool. But yeah, I've been writing for like 4 or 5 years, and this is the only year I've done like real video content.
Wow, that's impressive, man. Because, bro, your channel is you've got over 5K subscribers on there. Your channel it looks really, really good. And your social media, like I said, with YouTube channels, you can tell when someone takes it serious. Because I had a YouTube channel back in the day for the OGs
Yeah,
out there. And fam, it was hard. Like I did it for a year, I saw no results, and I'm not someone to give up. But with your channel, you said you've been doing it for 5 years or 4 to 5 years, so a long while writing. But then you've moved on to you,
yeah.
and it seems like you're doing really well, fam. Why do you think that is? Because you know what I'm saying? Like, why do you think you've seen a massive growth? Like, where do you think that's come from?
I, I don't know. It was mad. Like obviously it was the slow tie video that really kind of like blew up out of nowhere. I just like he did this thing where he sent out postcards to like people who would like be into shows and stuff. So I was like, I'm gonna do a video about this. Like, fuck it, let's try and do like a real sit down video,
Yeah,
get the confidence, sit behind the camera. It was like iPhone camera, let's just do it. And then suddenly his manager DMs me on Instagram, Slow Ties manager. He's like, I've seen the video, it's sick. This was like 900 views. And already I was like, 900 views is mad, crazy.
yeah.
And then his manager sent it to Ty. Ty comments on it, and then like suddenly, in about 2 weeks, it hit like 100,000. It just went mad, and
Jesus.
now it's sat at like 120K. So like, I don't know. It just had that one video that blew up, and then my subscribers went from like 300 on YouTube to about like two and a bit thousand.
Mhm.
So that's just given me the inspiration to keep going, really. And I know all the videos aren't going to be like that, though. You know what I mean? That's
Yeah.
sometimes it just happens like that. Sometimes YouTube just picks something up and it just goes.
Wow. So it was sort of, lucky that you took that chance. What made you have the confidence? Because I know literally, fam, like a couple of days ago, because with Seventh Tier, obviously a clothing brand, and you have a lot of YouTube videos who at the beginning they're sponsored by someone, and you have the creator say, "Yo guys, check this out," blah blah blah.
Yeah,
I want to do that for Seventh Tier, and obviously I said I did YouTube back in the day, fam. Even that, I understand about the confidence because I was like, what do
mm.
I say? What do I do? Like, how did you get the confidence from writing blogs where people can't see your face to like, fuck it, I'm gonna do a video on slow tie? Where did that come from?
I don't know, man. I thought like it was something I'd always wanted to do, but I'd never really taken it seriously because I never thought I'd, have the sort of ability to do it. I'm pretty awkward in the sense that like, I don't think I'm very good at like putting my speech together, but I can write like
Hmm.
perfectly.
Hmm.
But it's like stringing the things together. So I just thought, fuck it, let's do it. I didn't think anyone was going to see it. I think that's the most part. It's like, oh, this is a test, no one's going to see it anyway. And if people do, that's awesome. But then suddenly it's like 7,000 likes, 500 comments, and you sat like, shit. And some people will comment essays telling you like what you should have done differently. It's crazy. And you just have to stand there and go like, I don't know. It's mad. Yeah, I'm glad I took that opportunity, but I never expected that many people to see it. So I guess the confidence just came from thinking, no one's going to see this anyway. So let's just dive head first and see what happens. And I think like doing about something you're passionate about makes it easier as well. Like I like Slow Tie, like I listened to him, so there was no like fakery. I could just speak from like, I guess, just like a real place, and it was just
Mm.
easy to do.
Yeah. Yeah, man. I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying because like a lot of the time, with anything that you love doing, you find this new confidence. You find this new sort of drive. Like we've always done things that we don't really like, but when you find something that you love, something comes into your body and you're just like, nah, I've got to get this out. Whether it's
Hmm.
creatively, whether it's business, anything. But obviously, you're from Newcastle, and I
Yeah.
know the music scene now. It seems like you focus a lot on like the UK, specifically London. Being from Newcastle yourself, how is that being someone who's basically documenting the scene in video format where you are you're basically I see you as basically someone who makes documentaries because the thing is that video that you did a couple of days ago where look out for in 2021, I
Yeah,
believe.
yeah, yeah.
Exactly. You mentioned what's his name? He's from my end. He's from Camden. Henshaw. Henshaw.
Henshaw, yeah, yeah, yeah.
Exactly. Like number one, man. How do you find out all of these upcoming people? Because Newcastle's not the place where when someone says music popping off in the UK, it's always London. Newcastle's not that place. How do you find these people? And how do you find like small, grown, underground people? Because you're not putting out people who are like mainstream. You're putting out Henshaw, who's from Camden, where I'm from originally.
Yeah.
You're putting out other people like that. How do you find them?
Honestly, it's just about having the right Spotify playlist, like if you want to find them, they're out there. If you just do the right research, I'd say like follow, 5 or 6 Spotify playlists of, publications that are going to keep updating it with sort of publications that are based in those areas. So there'll be someone based in Birmingham doing a Birmingham playlist, yeah. Someone based in London doing like an underground, maybe trap metal, rock rap playlist.
Mm,
Find the person that's there, follow what they're putting out, and then you're there with them. Is the way I see it. If you want a Scottish rap playlist, I'm sure it exists. You know what I mean? And you don't have to
yeah,
be from that scene. You just have to find someone, maybe like me, who knows about Newcastle rap, follow that person, and then suddenly you're seeing the scene kind of through my eyes.
yeah.
So find the right playlist.
Respect, man. Respect. And obviously you're now doing videos and stuff, and I'm sure your blogs are still out there. How do you feel that people will one day look back at your videos when Henshaw's massive? Because that's one thing I think. Because obviously I'm doing these podcasts now, and one
Yeah,
of these, it may be you, fam. It may be you. 5 years down the
hopefully.
line, you've got like 10 million subscribers, and people are looking back on this video. How do you feel that on this day someone's gonna go back to your video and like he was the first guy who shouted out Henshaw when Henshaw was massive? How do you feel? Like, does that ever come into your mind?
That's kind of the hope, that's what you want, like, because you back these people anyway. Like I wouldn't do these videos on these people if I didn't think, they had the potential to be that guy, like be that
Yeah,
next big thing.
yeah.
So you kind of want that. And low key as well, if they notice you, for example, like Slow Tie's manager, obviously Slow Tie's different because he's relatively big, but these people could always give you an opportunity when they get to that stage. They go, look, you backed me from the beginning. Do you want to come on tour and, I don't know, video the tour, or do you want to be a part of my team? So you just put in the work now and you're kind of paying it forward, I guess. And fingers crossed, if Henshaw or whoever else suddenly blew, they'd be like, okay, I need someone to video this tour. Remember that guy who talked about me on YouTube? Shit, maybe get him. You know what I mean? These things can happen because you never
Mm.
know who's watching.
Facts. Yeah, you're right, man. I mean, this is how I managed to hit you up because this
Yeah,
is,
yeah.
you know what I'm saying, it's crazy. But I wanna backtrack now actually because there's something that I think you said which I don't believe, which you said that obviously you're on camera, you think that you're awkward and fam, you're doing great. But one thing I wanted to ask is, obviously you did writing before. How did you actually get into writing from the jump? Like, how did that happen from the jump?
I did like A-level media at college, and then I started like a film blog. So I just like write about whatever film, and it was pretty shitty, but I always wanted to do music. So I went to uni, did media and journalism, and then I just started a Ride, like the website, the blog on like a free WordPress thing.
Mm,
And then I'd just try and get to as many local shows as possible and just write about the people that weren't being written about, basically. And then like 2 years down the line, you start getting emails from kind of PR companies and things wanting you to go to their shows or speak to their artists. And then it just, once your name's out there, once your email address is out there, people constantly want you to write about their artists because that's what these PR companies are all about. So, not, but like backtracking a little bit, English was just kind of the only thing I was good at school. So like I knew that if I wanted to do something, it was going to be writing, and I always loved music. So I just put the two together and just went for it. But looking back at some of the like older stuff I wrote, I'm sure there's lots of mistakes. I'm sure there's lots of things that I just wouldn't write now. But it's all like a process of evolving and kind of learning from your mistakes with it all. But you've just got to jump in and kind of hope that the internet isn't too cruel to you, I guess.
yeah, that's interesting that you said about the internet being cruel because one thing that I was watching the other day is, people never want to be that guy who said, yo, you amount to nothing. And then that guy does really well. Then they're on the news and they're like, shout out my guy, Frederick, who hated on me from day
Yeah.
dot. Do you ever find that? Because one thing I've started realizing that when you do well, fam, people just come out from nowhere. Like people back in the day that may
Mm.
not have really rated your thing, or people that rated your thing didn't say it, or people who are just finding about you now. With you saying that it can be a cruel place. Have you had that where maybe when you were doing GCSE, someone would say you'd never amount to something, and now you've got 500, you've got 5,000 subscribers on YouTube. You're obviously noticed, or else people wouldn't reach out to you like Slow Tie. Do you ever get those people coming back to you and saying, "Yo, man, keep up the good work"? Like, how does that work out for you?
I haven't had that like directly. I mean, obviously, there's people that want to support when they see things are going well. So when people started seeing like the slow tie video like on their homepage or whatever, like people that I hadn't spoke to for years, they'd be like, "Oh my god, that's amazing," you know what I mean, sharing it and stuff. But like, they didn't really give a shit previously. So it's kind of like that. But yeah, there's always people who um don't want to see you do well, and especially in the local rap scene as well. I don't know, like around your area, if the local scene's like as tightly knit, but if you don't write about someone, it's like fuck RideMusic. And then, you've got these people who just hate on you for no reason because they don't think that you've given them enough coverage. And at the end of the day, I think that's one of the biggest issues, that you can't write about everyone and you can't cover everyone. Like, I think there's more than 13 artists to look out for in 2021, but I can't sit for 3 hours going on about like every artist that I love. So I feel like it's with up and coming artists actually where you get the most kind of animosity, because if you don't mention them, suddenly like you're a hater. You know what I mean? But you can't talk about everyone.
Yeah. Yeah, I respect that, man. That's one of the struggles, and that's one thing I want to go into. Because what we're doing now. I think the difference between us hardworking people and people that grind like us is hardworking people. They know that their hard work can pay off. We can do this for
Mm.
the next 10 years, and it may not amount to anything. Obviously, it seems like you're doing really well for a year. I just want to say that's impressive. That's very impressive because for a year, fam,
Thank you.
I know my YouTube channel, fam. I think I had like 50 subs,
Yeah.
fam, 5,000 subscribers on YouTube is great, man. But what do you find is the struggle? What do you find is something which can really, really put you down, like when you're editing a video and you're like, nah, if like this, it's not working out? What is the main thing which really, really discourages you most of the time?
it's just numbers, you know. I don't know if you've got a YouTube Studio app, yeah,
Yeah,
but
yeah,
it's got this really like horrible thing. It's great, but it's horrible at the same time. It compares your video to like your other videos, so you know exactly how shit your video is compared to the last one, yeah.
mm,
And looking at those views will get you down so quickly, and you go, oh my god, that hasn't done as well as the last one. Like, what have I done wrong? Like, it's so easy to get into that mentality, and you start then making videos like less out of, you know, passion and more out of like, I need people to watch this. And
really,
it's kind of, yeah, it's strange because you're your own worst enemy in the sense that you can see how well you've done here, and then if the next video doesn't hit that, like, it feels like a big issue, but
yeah,
really it's not, you know. Some That's just the way it goes, like YouTube algorithms, and some people just straight up won't want to see whatever you've made in that video. But if you
yeah,
want to make the video, you should still do it. It shouldn't be about the views. But yeah, that YouTube Studio app's bad, man. I swear. Like, just seeing the comparison and like, oh, an hour after you upload, this video was this good, but this video was like the worst video ever put out. And it tells you that straight up, and you're like, oh shit. And then suddenly the views mean everything, when really that's not the case.
Have you ever fell into that trap then when you're like, I'll just make this video because I know I can easily bang 100K views, or have you ever fell into that trap, or have you? Because that's understandable. That's see, yeah, it's understandable. Like, because you got to think, you know, like we're still up and coming in this, so
Mhm.
to sort of sacrifice, you know, hopping on trends a bit, it's understandable. But have you felt like you've had to do that sometimes? And how do you feel? Do you feel like you're betraying yourself a bit, or have you not really had to struggle with that? Have you always been like, nah, this is a video I want to do. I don't care about the studio app.
What it is, yeah. Like, obviously, I've only had the one video that's like done like 100K views, 120K views. What it is I feel like the content of my videos are always going to be like true to me and stuff, but you have to play the game with the title. Yeah. So the thumbnail and the title might look a bit clickbaity, but that's just the YouTube game. Like, you can't have it not like that. So like the slow tie video, the thumbnail kind of looks like I'm going to be tearing him apart, but
Mm,
the video, I'm just being basically positive, you know, from the offset. But
mm,
people will click because it looks negative, and that's just life. That's just kind of the way it is. So I feel a bit bad sometimes because the thumbnail looks just bait, and I'm like, God, is that really what I've come to? But like you say, like at this stage, we still need people to discover us. So having those bait thumbnails and those kind of, you know, bait titles is just the way you play the game. And at one stage, you'll get to a point where you don't need to do that anymore, and you can just put anything out and have like just the blatantly obvious title, like, here is
mm.
a video about slow tie. But you know, you have to have, oh, we need to talk about slow tie. Then on the thumbnail, it says like, you know, hooligan, or, you know, cancelled or whatever, because people click on that shit, and it's just the way it is. And until YouTube changes, or I guess until like society changes in a way that they don't want negative shit constantly, that's just going to be the way it is.
Yeah, I understand that because I know, you know, you can probably go more into detail about me, and I do want to touch on that about YouTube and how it is being a creator on there. Because I know YouTube, apparently, I don't know too much because I'm not on there a lot, but they really,
Mm.
you know, fuck you up. But yeah, man, I understand about that loving negativity because I think us as people, I don't know why, but we're more drawn to negative things. Like I could say 100 good things about someone, but you know the last point, I could say you can improve on that, and they're just going to focus on that one point, you know. And being someone who's a creative on YouTube, what have you felt that YouTube have really done a disservice to you on? Because I know you talked about the studio, and a lot of YouTubers say that YouTube, you know, demonetize videos and stuff. Have you ever felt like YouTube are sort of in it for themselves, or do you think that they, you know, are just a business who obviously need to make money? How do you feel as a upcoming creative? Because
Mm.
I don't really like asking that question to too many people, because most of the time the people who answer it are really big, and they're obviously going to say YouTube is great because it's doing well
Yeah.
for them. It's doing well for them. But people like, you know, you and me are still upcoming. You're on another level to me because you're doing your thing proper. But
Yeah.
like, how do you feel? How do you feel about that?
I think, I mean, at the end of the day, it's an app. it's a service, and the people that upload to it make the app. So it's kind of not our fault, like not us personally, but if people are going to keep uploading with, for example, bait titles, then that's what YouTube's going to understand. So we're the people giving it. So unless everyone said, look,
Yeah.
let's stop this like fakery, let's stop these
Yeah.
bait thumbnails, it's never going to change. YouTube don't sit there and go, okay, we're going to like pick the baitest stuff to be in the algorithm, and the clickbaitiest stuff. But I think, yeah, it's about the people. And as long as, like these UK gossip, UK news
Yeah.
YouTube channels, yeah,
Yeah.
they'll bang views by just having like, oh, here's like Dutch Valley's Instagram story, and
Yeah.
here's the full story about him
Yeah.
being a
Yeah.
suspected pedo or
Yeah.
whatever. And I
Yeah.
could do that if I wanted, but I don't want to sell out like that. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? It's so easy to do that and just
Yeah.
be one of these like bait channels. Like, it's like, oh, here's someone getting attacked or something. Like, why though?
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, why would you just do that for views? So until like the people upload and change, I don't think YouTube can really be blamed for like the things that get popular.
Mm. Do you struggle with that? Because obviously your content is certified, but when you see actually someone does come to mind, but I'm not going to out it. No, I'm not going to out them. I'm not going to out them. But do you ever feel a bit salty where you've banged work? This video is taken 10 hours to edit,
Yeah.
and you've put in your heart and soul, and then you see another YouTuber who's just got a couple clicks mashed up of someone fighting, or heady one versus someone on a plane or something, or do you get what I'm saying? And that video, gets a lot of views and your one doesn't get as many. How do you feel about that as a YouTuber, as a creative?
You kind of, yeah, there is an element of that. You do feel a little bit salty, but at the same time, like, it's about integrity, really, isn't it? Like, you're going to feel better about your content knowing that it's like, true to you and you've put your heart into it. And whether it only gets 1,000 views or 100 views, and this other video of, Heady One on a plane or whatever gets 100K, it doesn't matter. I mean, they've put no effort into that. It's no skill. You know that you've put your effort and skill into it. And it's about what you want to get out of it, really. If you're just in it thinking like, I want to make a quick buck or something, then do those videos. Like, but if you want to build something, it's going to take time, and I don't think it happens overnight, really. So yeah, it's about integrity, isn't it? I mean, anyone could shit those videos out, but not everyone does, because that's just not what they're about. But at the
Yeah.
same time, I love like really creative series. Like, I love the WTF Drill Bars series.
Yeah.
Like, I think he's sick. Like, I think it's like, I don't know if it's Driller TV or Drill TV or whatever,
Yeah.
because he could have easily went down a route of like making like negative drill content where it's just kind of like Snapchat videos of people getting attacked or fighting or whatever. But
Eight
he's
puncher.
actually made something creative out of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe more like, yeah, I think that's kind of who I was referencing with the Dutch Valley
Yeah, I
stuff.
know. Yeah, that's exactly. Yeah, I know. Oh, yeah. I mean, it is what
But
it is.
I guess these people need to exist though at the same time, in a way, because people want that, like, having all this stuff in one place. They want these recorded Instagram videos all in the one spot, and people love drama. So I guess there's a place for these people still, but it's just not the kind of stuff I want to be putting out.
Yeah, I know what you mean, man. Do you sort of find the same thing with social media? Like, is it a thing where with Instagram you have to you've put in work on a post, or you're just marketing a video and stuff, and that if you put this in a bio, like, I don't know, some top 10 fights or something, do you ever feel like
Yeah.
do you ever feel like I've got to sort of sacrifice my integrity a bit to bring out the clout? Because at the end of the day, although you're obviously sacrificing integrity, your video is going to be good. It's not like you're marketing a shit video. Your video is good.
Mm-hmm.
Do you ever feel like there's a, like, should I cross the line? Should I not?
Yeah, there is a fine line, and I think like it's kind of the same with the thumbnail thing, like the Instagram thing. As long as you get them through, and when they're through the video, they know it's like quality content, then I think anything's kind of fair game, like, to a degree. As long as it's not like completely the opposite of what you're claiming it is to be when they click on it, that's fine. But if you need to be a little bit bait with it, then that's just the way it's got to be, I think. I used to really care, like in the first lockdown, I put a lot of effort into like building Instagram and stuff, and then I just kind of got to the point where I was like, I don't give a shit anymore. Like, either people follow or they don't, and you know, if people watch my videos and decide to come through and follow, that's better than me. I used to do the thing where I'd like follow hundreds of people and unfollow them and like comment on loads of people's things on certain hashtags and like really put like the effort into it. I think I
Mm,
watched the Gary V video or some shit where he talked about it. And
mm,
then after the first lockdown, I was like, nah, like this is stupid. You know what I mean? If you grow, you grow. Like the big YouTubers, like I don't know if you watch Will E from Newcastle.
yep, yep.
Um,
True
he's
Geordie,
not
shout
needed.
out my guy.
True Geordie. They haven't needed to do that. They've built that because their content was what people wanted to see. They haven't had to like force an Instagram account. You know what I mean?
Mm,
It's all natural. So I think the followers and things like that, they'll come, and the viewers will come if you just you put out good shit. Eventually, someone's gonna notice it. As far as I'm
yeah,
concerned.
yeah, man. I mean, you mentioned like the Newcastle YouTubers. Have you ever felt like um some places get too much attention over Newcastle? Because obviously the UK, it's not big, but
Mm.
London's always the hotspot for everything. It seems like. Have you ever felt like Newcastle slept on? Because we mentioned a couple names, you know, True Geordie, Will and Nee, and there's other YouTubers and other artists that do other things, other creatives. Have you ever felt like Newcastle slept on as a place? Because obviously you're from there, I'm not, and
Yeah.
you probably know more about what's going on there.
Yeah, I mean, musically, obviously, we just need one person really to like break out and really make that connection. There's a guy, Simba Shaw, who's just hit over 1 million streams on one of his singles, and I think I said it in the Artist to Watch 2021 video. He's the first guy. He's like the first artist I know from Newcastle
Yeah,
to like do that. But
yeah,
at the
yeah,
same time, he's still got quite a southern accent, so you know, it's not really the Newcastle sound that's going over. It's just someone from Newcastle, which is it's a start. You know what I mean? So in terms of the music, I think it's on us really. Um, if we want people from London to notice us or elsewhere, we've got to be as good or better. It happened for Manchester with H and you know Bugsy and things like that, and I think in terms of Birmingham with Grime, it's happening too. So I think Newcastle just needs that one person, and then more heads will turn towards us, and um, we'll go from there. So
yeah,
I think it's coming though. Like there's a lot of talented people here that just
100%.
need to have that breakthrough and have that kind of opportunity. But the thing is that there's just more opportunity in London and down south, like for jobs and things like that.
Mm,
Like I apply for a lot of like music industry things, and it's all London basically,
yeah,
or Manchester.
yeah, yeah. Respect, and obviously you started this. You started this. Did you say a year? Did you say a year ago you started doing the videos, or
Doing YouTube properly about a year, yeah.
awesome? So like, it's obviously going well. We've obviously entered straight into 2021. What's the game plan then? Because you know you, fam, like I said, you've done well. Like statistically speaking, like the numbers show
Yeah.
the people that you've managed to hit, you know, managed to contact you. It all shows. What's sort of the game plan this year? Like, is there anything that you're working on? Is there anything that you'd like to change? Anything that you'd like to add? What's going on, man?
I just want to like just keep like some sort of slow growth going and like just build a decent fan base, you know. I'd love to hit like 10K subs. I don't that's just like a nice round number. I'd love to do more like in real life interviews as well if like
Yeah,
coronavirus
facts.
and stuff slows
Yeah,
down.
yeah, yeah.
I'd love to do that.
Mm.
But yeah, I just want to just keep consistent, keep building, keep doing like the video essay documentary things, and then like I say, I want to do more stuff in person and get out there. But it's all about coronavirus kind of lockdown stopping that.
Yeah, yeah, man. You know, it's hard now. It's hard, especially for creative, because you know, you know, the plan was to meet up, but it's also far. So you're far, but I know what you mean. There's a difference. There's a difference to you know doing it in person and fam. I can't wait for the day when Slow Tie's got a bit of time and you meet up with him and you
That's
know
it.
you could
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying it's crazy. But one thing I want to say before we end this is what advice would you give to someone watching this? Because we have quite a bit of creatives right now who do a variety of things, but say they want to do what you're doing, or they just want to start a YouTube channel. What advice would you give to him or her?
I think just go for it, obviously. Like jump in and don't worry about views. don't worry about who's going to be watching. Just go for it and kind of do it about something that you're passionate about, because when people do watch those videos, like they notice that you're passionate about it, and it just comes across a lot better. Obviously plan it. If you're going to do videos like mine, do a little script. It doesn't have to be like perfect English. You can edit it after time. Get some good lighting. The camera doesn't need to be good either though. Like iPhone, whatever phone you've got, stick a light behind it. It's going to look better than it did. And you know, you'll get away with it. Like most of my first videos were just iPhone cameras. So you don't need like money or like equipment, just light, phone, little script, and then you can just go and you'll build something if you speak about something you're passionate about.
Awesome, man. Respect. This guy's a Donny. Listen, guys. Listen, I'm fed up. I'm fed up. I'm fed up with people like just following all of these mainstream guys. Yeah. Listen, you've got to pay respect. Like this is the thing. You don't realize. Whoever's watching this right now, you don't realize that 10 years down the line, like it's gonna be a big thing. Like RideMusic, it's gonna be big. All of these people, like all of these artists, like you have to pay respect. So I know this video is probably gonna get 50 views at max. I don't know. I don't really care anyway because the numbers, like we talked about. But check my guy out, man. Shout out your socials, man, because I want people to support.
Thank you. It's all at _RideMusic. RideMusic on YouTube, and you should find it, or drop RideMusic slow tie. It should pop up. Yeah, it'd be sick if you subscribe. We're going to do videos every week, and it's just me talking about music. And yeah, that's it, man.
Respect, guys. Go check him out. 7th Tier. Go check out our website, www.7thtier.co.uk. Instagram, 7th Tier, everything. Facebook, 7th Tier, everything. And yeah, enjoy the rest of your day, guys. Cheers, man. Appreciate this. Lovely stuff.